Eclipse of the Void. Lunan was a small coastal town, nestled against the cliffs, and known for its stunning views of celestial events. This year, a solar eclipse touted as the event of the century was drawing astronomers, tourists, and media to the town in droves. Dr. Evelyn Carter, a renowned astronomer, had dedicated her life to studying celestial phenomena and was thrilled to witness this rare event from Lunan. Liam Prescott, a local fisherman, watched the influx of visitors with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. He had lived in Lunan all his life. Deeply connected to the town's legends and folklore, the mayor was eager to capitalize on the attention, seeing an opportunity to put Lunan on the map. As the eclipse approached, strange phenomena began to plague the town. Birds flew in erratic patterns, and marine life washed up on the shore in unsettling numbers. Unexplained power outages and electronic disturbances became more frequent, casting a shadow of unease over the town. Dr. Carter, delving into ancient texts and star maps, discovered hints of a cosmic event tied to the eclipse. Meanwhile, Liam shared local legends with anyone who would listen, speaking of an ancient sea deity that awakened during certain celestial alignments. The townspeople dismissed his stories as mere superstition, but Dr. Carter couldn't shake the feeling that there was truth in his words. One evening, a reclusive old man known for his cryptic prophecies approached Dr. Carter. His eyes were wild with fear as he warned of a devourer from the void that would come with the eclipse. Dr. Carter's scientific mind rebelled against such notions, but the man's terror was palpable. As the days passed, the strange occurrences intensified. Townspeople began experiencing terrifying visions and nightmares about the eclipse. The sky took on an unnatural hue, and the air felt charged with an eerie energy. Dr. Carter's research led her to a horrifying revelation. The alignment during the eclipse would open a portal to another dimension, unleashing an entity known as the Void Reaper, which devoured all light and life. She shared her findings with Liam, who confirmed the ancient text's warnings. The night before the eclipse, the town was on edge. The reclusive old man's warnings echoed in Dr. Carter's mind as she struggled to find a way to prevent the impending disaster. The day of the eclipse arrived, shrouding the town in an eerie twilight. Shadows deepened unnaturally, and a chilling silence fell over Lunan. As the eclipse reached totality, the sky tore open, and the Void Reaper began to emerge. The entity defied description. It was a mass of writhing darkness, an amalgamation of shadows and voids that seemed to consume light itself. Its presence was an assault on the senses, a blackness so profound that it felt as if it could swallow the world. Those who glimpsed it were driven to madness, their minds unable to comprehend its cosmic horror. Some townspeople becoming violent, others catatonic. Dr. Carter and Liam raced against time, piecing together the ancient ritual required to banish the Void Reaper. The ritual demanded a blood sacrifice of someone who had studied the cosmos deeply. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Dr. Carter understood her role. With a heavy heart, she prepared to sacrifice herself to perform the ritual. She and Liam climbed to the highest point in town, under the light of the dying eclipse. The ritual was complex and perilous, requiring precise incantations and symbols. As Dr. Carter chanted, her voice unwavering, the Void Reaper's form twisted and writhed, fighting against the pull of the ritual. The air crackled with dark energy, and the ground trembled beneath them. As Dr. Carter continued the incantations, the Void Reaper, sensing the threat, retaliated. Shadows detached from its form, writhing through the air like tendrils, lashing out at Dr. Carter and Liam. The tendrils disrupted the ritual space, scattering symbols and nearly breaking Dr. Carter's concentration. Liam fought back, using a makeshift torch to fend off the encroaching darkness. In a desperate bid to stop the ritual, the Void Reaper focused its energy on Dr. Carter, attempting to invade her mind with visions of despair and annihilation. Dr. Carter staggered, almost succumbing to the onslaught of cosmic dread, but Liam's shouts and presence kept her grounded. With a final, monumental effort, Dr. Carter poured her remaining strength into finishing the last incantation. Her blood stained the ancient symbols. The Void Reaper screeched, its form beginning to unravel and collapse. The portal strained, pulling the entity back into the rift. The Void Reaper's resistance grew more, frantic as it fought against the banishment. The very fabric of reality seemed to tremble as it struggled. Dr. Carter, her voice hoarse but resolute, invoked the last incantation with all her might. A blinding light emanated from the ritual site, overpowering the darkness. As the last rays of the eclipse began to fade, the Void Reaper was finally pulled back into the void, and the portal closed with a thunderous roar. Dr. Carter, weakened and bleeding, collapsed into Liam's arms. Sunlight returned to Lunan, dispelling the darkness and madness. The townspeople, though traumatized, began to regain their senses. Dr. Carter's sacrifice had saved them, but the cost was high. Liam, deeply changed by the experience, vowed to protect the town's secrets and ensure the ritual knowledge was never lost. The town slowly began to rebuild, haunted by the memory of the eclipse. An anonymous package arrived at an observatory far away. Inside were Dr. Carter's notes and a cryptic warning about the next eclipse, hinting that the battle against the cosmic horror was far from over. The shadows of the void lingered, leaving a sense of unease that would not easily fade.